They help your child go and grow. Hostess Twinkies give your child energy to go on, plus protein to grow on.
I'm gonna be all upset. I grew up with Twinkies. It's like the Statue of Liberty.
I love Hostess products, don't you know? I like a Twinkie, and I like ho-ho.
Hostess was created by Continental Baking Company and began to gain popularity upon the invention of the Twinkie in 1930. In the 1930s, when the Depression hit, nobody had a lot of money just laying around. The Twinkie, as well as other Hostess products, gained some popularity during this time because of how cheap it was. Two Twinkies for a nickel was an ideal price for the penny pinchers of the Great Depression. In the 1940s, shortages during World War II prompted a number of items to be rationed in the U.S. including bananas. It was during this yellow, fruit-starved wartime the Hostess decided to adapt the Twinkie and such from banana cream filling to today's vanilla. These are some items that were food shortages in the 1940s during World War II.
Hello there, welcome to my humble home. So as we're going to see, I have to show you the harsh reality that females have. So, as you can see, I have this here pen. It literally takes me hours to slave and make these stupid cookies that these kids don't even respect me for making. I go like this, I go like this, and you know what? I'm tired of it. But you know what? It's all worth it in the end, because it's our little secret. What's near this? Heaven on a plate.
Okay, so basically in the 50s and the 60s, Hostess sales took off and the economy was fueled by consumers who had grown up on yellow snack cakes and were now contributing to a rapidly growing economy. Hostess and the Twinkies' role in history as an American icon and essential part of Americana became prevalent in the era, and Hostess only strengthened its position in the following decades. For women, the 1950s was an era of strict gender roles. Men had returned from war and taken back their role in the workplace, forcing the majority of women to come back into home and the kitchen. For the first time, however, the reliance on the home, and therefore women, for baked goods and bread was shifted to the commercial market where cheap goods, think Twinkies and Wonder Bread, were available. Hostess commercialization of baked goods made new, fast, cheap, and reliable products available to lower-income families who had never before had access to treats of the kind. In California in 1979, Dan White was accused of murder. After his attorney argued that White had diminished capacity because of his depression and following Twinkie-heavy diet, nicknamed the Twinkie defense, he was convicted of voluntary manslaughter, a charge much easier than what he would have had he not used the Twinkie defense. This was the last case in which diminished capacity was allowed to be used as an argument in that state. The doctrine was therefore abolished because of inaccuracy in media coverage surrounding the case, as well as the odd influence it had on the argument over diminished capacity, during which a debate participant clutched a Twinkie and waved it in the air to make his point. In 1986, a political candidate in Minneapolis was accused of rigging an election by serving a large group of senior voters coffee and an abundance of Twinkies. Though the charges were eventually dropped, the scandal led to the passage of the Minnesota Campaign Act, nicknamed the Twinkie Law. In the 1990s, a millennial time capsule was made, proving its rightful place as a lasting American icon. President Clinton chose to enshrine a Twinkie in a time capsule to represent American culture during that time period. It'll be opened in 2100. It was thought that when the capsule will be opened 100 years from its burial, one of the most important things that the world will connect with the era is the Twinkie.
Yeah, I see that. A hostess truck. So what?
I could use a Twinkie. You coming?
Want a Twinkie, Genghis Khan? Say please.
Pick me up some Twinkies. There should be a little mini mart open, a couple blocks from the scene.
Twinkies? It's 2 in the morning, you fat fuck.
Got any Twinkies?
No.
No Twinkies.
Come here, give me my Twinkie!
Give me a Twinkie.
Could you give me a Twinkie?
No. You said you'd give me a Twinkie.
Would you like your Twinkie now?
I want my Twinkie, Jana Savory.
What Twinkies? Twinkie?
Where's the fucking Twinkies?
What's up? Did you get the Twinkies?
I got Twinkies. Hey, I brought some Twinkies. Anybody want one? Twinkies?
Twinkies and wine? Oh, that's real class, Jan.
Have a Twinkie, snap ahead.
It's mustard! What? You put mustard on this Twink!
Twinkie wiener sandwich. Your favorite.
Your favorite meal. Tuna fish salad on white bread with mayonnaise, a tab, and a couple of Twinkies.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Milk money. Twinkies.
Don't put Twinkies on your pizza.
That's it.
What?
That's our defense.
Flexion. Flexion.
I'm here to tell you all about a company named Hostess, how they impacted history in the U.S. the mostest. 1930, Continental Baking made the Twinkie countries quaking, cheap snack caking. Consumerism lifting, 1950s Twinkies are nifty and thrifty, women's role is shifting. Later in 79, a man wasn't feeling so fine, became murderously inclined, Twinkies got him a reduced time. 6 years later was Twinkie Gate, bribing seniors with cheap snack cake, winning an election the backward, then the Twinkie was here to stay. Soon it became a pop culture icon, turned on TV, flipped the light on Ghostbusters to Wally, Hollywood's Twinkie Zion in 99. Clinton went on to decide to take the Twinkie and enshrine it in a box for some to find a century later, because the Twinkie was greater, buried deep near the equator. Bankruptcy 2012, the company drawn empty shelves, and on eBay those Twinkies would sell. Fast forward into today, 1 million Twinkies per day, banana to Americana, Hostess impacts us this way.